I'll speak to this as an immigrant myself, and I'm not an illegal immigrant to this country, but an immigrant. I immigrated here legally. The process was very difficult and complex, and it was a very big strain on my family, but I did it. One of the first things that I was offered when I went out of the immigration office was ways of getting money from the government.
Like welfare?
Yeah, basically all the programs that I could qualify for when I really wanted was a job to go to work. A lot of the people you're seeing on that border showing up are no longer the Mexican immigrants of the past that are here to go into construction or go into. These are not the types. These are people from all over Central and South America, Venezuelan, Honduran. People from North Africa are showing up. Chinese immigrants are showing up. People from the Middle East are showing up as well. There are people from all over. Ukrainians. A load of Ukrainians showed up for a long period in places like Tijuana. What we see on the Mexican side, because I've been on both sides to see the situation going on, from the first migrant caravan that came up and to the last one. What you're seeing is almost like an organized effort by foreign entities to pump people to that border. Buses that are being paid for in dollars and cash all the way to the south, from all the way to the southern border, all the way into the northern border. Kids being separated and marked with bracelets that people aren't too clear about the meaning of those bracelets. But when you speak to some of the people there, it's because, he's paid for, he isn't paid for. What does that mean? What do you mean he's paid for, he isn't paid for? Women being stood on a wall and being selected. You go, you stay.
For trafficking?
For trafficking. And they get women coming, trying to make it their way across the border, are already being selected and recruited. When I say recruited, I mean being selected for that type of activity here. When they cross that border and they get some of these organizing groups that are supported sometimes by Americans sending dollars down there, females will show up, putting a friendly face to some of these women and a safe space. I mean, a bunch of women showing up to volunteer help for you guys. And all of a sudden, you get one of those on you, and then when you go to the wall, men show up. They traffic you across the border, and you get put into a hotel room somewhere and earn money for them for however amount of time they have you there. Slavery is a real thing in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mexicans in the past would cross the border and get basically put into some of these aspects of slavery because they had to pay their way here. It's happening still. A lot of the people that make their way across the border are now in debt to these organizations. A lot of these people will get handed over to authorities here, and somehow these criminal organizations know exactly where they're going to be placed, and they will get a visit in the middle of the night and a knock and say, "You still owe us money." So it's a complex issue. It's very apparent that it's being weaponized by foreign powers against the United States, this flood of people.